Obviously, we want you to be your authentic self, but if your authentic self, like Erica said earlier, is hurting someone in some capacity and you're getting constant feedback that your authentic self maybe isn't emotionally intelligent or kind or approachable, then I think you do have to do a little bit of introspection, like looking.
Welcome back, leaders, to the LeadHer Lounge. So, as the world is transforming, leadership needs to transform as well. So, today we have a topic we're very excited about these all leadership beliefs that no longer work. So, we're going to go over all of them and just explain why they are not working anymore. Yeah, so what we were doing yesterday is not going to work today, and it's not going to work tomorrow. So that's why we always have to transform.
Yes.
So we're going to start with the first one, and is leaders must have all the answers.
Yes, that one's true. No, I'm just kidding. No, it's not. Absolutely not. Leaders do not need to have all the answers. I think something that we need to let go of is the idea that leaders are in the position that they're in because they have all of the answers. But that's so not true. And I think that it's actually more realistic and it makes you more approachable when you don't have all the answers, but you're resourceful.
Yes.
So that's...
Yes. I mean, like, nobody has all the answers. Not even the CEO, the president, the founder of the company. Nobody
Yes.
can have all the answers. And something about me, I was the second time I became a leader. I became a leader of a team that has so many different roles. And the role that I was in, it was just two of my team members have the similar role. Otherwise, I had to learn everything else. So I was in a position where I have to ask questions. I have constantly to shadow my team members to learn about what they were doing, and they were helping. They were the ones answering the questions. And I think that also empowers them to figure it out and to help you if you are, I don't know, approachable enough to ask for help.
Yeah.
Yes.
Vulnerable enough, which I think is one of those. But we'll get into that one.
Yes. The second one is employees should just follow orders. And I think we talked about in one of our previous episodes about the different reasons why people should follow you.
Yeah.
And one of them is the title. And because you have that power, right? So people is afraid of you, afraid of if I don't do what my leader, my boss says, I'm going to get fired. So that's why they're going to follow your orders. But do you want to be followed because of that?
Yeah. And there are people that I think we talk about generations in the workplace too. I do believe that the older generations do tend to go into work and just do what they're told or what they're supposed to do without really challenging or asking questions. So don't ask people to do something that you're not going to do, but also don't expect people to come in and just do that stuff too. People might want more than what's on their plate because they're seeking a different position or they just want different skill sets. And you as their leader too, we talk about this all the time. If you see someone with a lot of potential, you can ask them to do something outside the norm and spend a little bit of capital with them to invest in their skill sets too.
Yes, and talking about generations, Gen Zs and millennials, they want to know why they need to do things. Yes, I know they have a job description. They have some rules they have to follow, but also what motivates them and makes them more innovative and creative is knowing that what they're doing has a meaning.
Yeah.
And if you just say like, we're just gonna do it because I say so, that's no motivation. That people is gonna just give the bare minimum. You don't want people giving the bare minimum. The third one, leadership is about authority and control.
No, I think I've said this before actually in a social media post a while ago, but it was something like gone are the days of authoritative micromanagers.
Yes.
It's not about the control and the authority. It's about being a human and actually genuinely connecting with people. You're not a leader because you're supposed to be you're like in charge and you're oppressing others. You're a leader because you're helping people achieve goals. You're connecting people with resources. You're leading them in a direction that's going to be beneficial for them. It's not about control and authority, at least not anymore.
I mean, I think you have to do those things when you haven't built trust in your team. When they don't trust you, when they you don't have that sense of collaboration, and when you don't have that influence. So you have to demand control. You have to have this, be this person that has this authority, and you have to do it again, going back to the first one, what I would say, because I have the title, and that's not how we lead anymore. If you want to be a boss, be a boss. But if you want to be a leader, you need to forget about control. Yes, we always talk about trust to verify. It doesn't mean that you give and delegate tasks and you never verify. No, it means that you trust them and you follow up.
Absolutely.
Yes. And the number four, mistakes are failures to avoid.
I think one of my favorite phrases, and I forget who coined this, so forgive me, but is the failing forward. Like fail forward, fail often, fail fast. If we're making mistakes, we're becoming more innovative from it. We're actually learning. As well, I guess mistakes are actually good if we are learning. If it's something that you're making a mistake on periodically and you're doing it time and time again, but you're not learning anything from it, then yeah, that's a mistake. That's something that it's not helping you in any capacity. But if I mess up on something, I did earlier today, and I took ownership, and I'm like, I'm learning from this. This is what I'm going to start doing this forward so I don't do that again. I learned from that, and life is full of learning opportunities. We're human. We're going to be making mistakes and fumbling and falling, but if we fail fast and fail forward, we're going to be making the world a little bit better and making ourselves a little bit better.
Yeah, so we need to have the same philosophy for our team members, because we cannot tell them, yes, avoid is one thing, but one thing is don't make mistakes. I mean, we're going to make mistakes. And the only thing that I want you to avoid as a leader is to avoid hurting people. That's one thing. You can, because processes, you're going to fail, you're going to make mistakes, but with people, try not to. Again, we shared in past episodes situations where we didn't want to hurt people. We didn't know that we were doing it, and that happens because we assume and because we did other things, but avoid those type of failures. But even though you would learn something about it.
Yeah.
You would do.
Try not to fail in the trust department.
Yes.
Don't lose trust. It's, the easiest or the hardest thing in the world to build and the easiest thing in the world to lose. So,
yeah. This one I think is one of my favorite ones, is leaders shouldn't show vulnerability.
No. I think one of our favorite leaders that we both had the amazing opportunity to work for, who hopefully we'll have on the show soon, was probably one of the most vulnerable people I have ever met. I mean, the stories that she would share with us of her failures and the way that she would relate to us when we made a mistake. And she's like, you know what? I've been there before. I've done this. This is what I learned from it. Don't let it get you down. It was such a supportive, vulnerable, honest way to lead someone. And I think we were just so bought in, and we were able to give her so much grace with certain things too, of like, okay, I know so much about you that I know that you didn't do this maliciously. You didn't do, if she were to upset us in any capacity, but like, we know that it's coming from a good place. Or if we're getting coached and she's like, Tay, come on, what are you doing? I'm like, okay, yeah, no, you're saying that to me because you care about me. Yeah. And you've been there before. So you know, and I know that you've been there before. So I know that you know the impact of what I just did or something like that.
Yes. And I think that vulnerability with her specifically helps, and that's good for leaders to tell your story, like storytelling. When your team is going through something, when you bring back something that happened to you and you overcame that situation, or even you failed, but you are here right now, we are seeing you overcame that situation, that inspired. Mm-hmm. You're being vulnerable, yes, you're telling us something that you felt uncomfortable with or you suffered with, mm-hmm. and then now just seeing you being good about and being fine and just sharing it with us, it just means that we can overcome things together, mm-hmm. especially when they relate to the situation. So if you have a story to tell, if you have your team going over, some blocks, mm-hmm. you can share something that might help. And I don't know, more than vulnerability is just being so real.
Yeah.
Just being real, because with your friends you share things, and that's why you're best friends. Because you
Yeah.
share things that nobody else knows. You don't have to share those things. And
No, don't share
intimate
everything.
things, and intimate things, but share things that you know that are going to be impactful, and they're going to relate to those things as
I
well.
love that. Yes.
Number 6, one size fits all leadership works. No. More than ever, we appreciate diverse thinking, unique perspectives. That's why our company, our program, we say is not a one size fit approach, because leaders are different, and because people are so different. The way they want to be motivated, appreciated, the way they want to receive feedback, be coached, there is so different that it's not on them to adapt to the leader. It's on the leader to adapt and to learn about their team members.
So we recently just were talking with someone at an event, and they were sharing with us that they've gotten a lot of feedback that their emails are very direct and they come across as rude, and that
Real story.
real story. And they were like, how am I supposed to adapt to every single person? And the feedback that she had got initially from someone else was, no, they all need to adapt to you. And I don't know if that really sat well with either one of us when we heard that, but we want you to be your authentic self. But if your authentic self, like Erica said earlier, is hurting someone in some capacity, and you're getting constant feedback that your authentic self maybe isn't emotionally intelligent or kind or approachable, then I think you do have to do a little bit of introspection, like look inside and say, is it everybody else or is it me?
Yes.
So yeah, I really do think that being leadership in general is not a one size fits all. So, and that's for leadership development, like what we do. All of our leaders that we train are very different, so we adapt our style. But it's also for leaders adapting to their team members, their employees, in some capacity without losing that authenticity, but you're still tailoring your approach. Maybe if someone who gave you the feedback is like, oh, she's so mean in her emails, maybe you say, hey, I hope your day is going well. I need this from you. Like,
It is not hard to
it's
be
just-
kind in an email.
No.
Like and this is like a very side note, but it is not hard. And I know people want to get right now we're in a busy world. I know, but we also are in a world that needs more kind.
Yes, 100%.
And it doesn't take too much to say hi, how are you? If the other person doesn't wanna, I hope everything is well. These are the things that I need from you. Just it doesn't take even 1 second to read that portion, and the person can scan it and not read it. So it's up to them, but it's up to you to be kind and just come across as somebody that cares.
Yeah.
It doesn't take nothing. We both were like in shock.
Well, I think one of the things that kind of made me laugh was she did admit that she would send an email that just said K, period. We were like, what? The 2 seconds that it would take you to just type, thanks
K.
for the email, instead of just K, or thanks for the response. Those things, I mean, maybe it's because we are more innately empathetic and compassionate. That is part of our authentic selves. And that is not necessarily who everybody is. But if you're getting feedback that you're not being very kind, I think an email that says K can be, you can add a couple more letters in there and make it a little bit more
100%.
friendly.
I don't think even to you I haven't said K.
No, oh God.
Like no, even like
No.
K heart emoji.
Yeah.
Okay, but that weird sentence too much.
Yeah.
Okay, the last one. Productivity matters more than people.
Absolutely not. So we've said, happy wife, happy life. It's the same thing at work. Happy employees, happy business, more productivity, happy clients, better customer satisfaction. Productivity is a direct link to how engaged your employees are. 100%. I mean, it's proven in the data that engagement is down. If engagement is down, your productivity is going to be down as well.
Yes, because people again is given the bare minimum.
Yeah.
They're not giving everything I have because I don't care about the company. If they don't care about me, why should I care about them? And what you're saying is so true. Like if I care about my team members are gonna care about their clients. So client service is going to be amazing. And I'm going to have to produce a lot of things, products and services, because my clients love my company. If I don't have clients, what do I need productivity?
Yeah.
If I don't have happy clients, what do I need productivity
That's the
for?
point.
So
Yeah.
it's a chain. It doesn't go, it's not like this is one thing and this is another thing. They are connected. So we need to think we need to put people first. And I love when companies have in their values, people first, people first. We care about our people. Hopefully they truly,
Every company. If that's not one of your values, it should be.
and yes, and hopefully truly they really mean that.
Yeah.
Because if we are not doing things for people, for who we are doing things.
Yeah.
Like
Investors.
for,
I mean, no offense, you are people, but the people that are doing the work, the heavy lifting, those are the people you need to be taking care of.
yeah. So now our invitation is for you to think about your outdated beliefs, things that no longer serve your people, your company, and just exchange them for something that where you put, when you think about your people and what is best for them, I think these things are going to be removed immediately.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you're coming from a place of genuine care.
Yes. Yeah.
And not just the numbers. But yeah, these are some great guides, I think, to help us kind of avoid the things that we don't want to do. But if you've got any best practices or things that you've maybe started to avoid or change, we'd love to know in the comments below. If this video was beneficial to you or someone in your community who could benefit from it, please be sure to share it. And of course, as always, subscribe if you liked what you heard today on The Lounge.
Yes, thank you to our friends at Velocity in Sterling Heights for this beautiful place. And we'll see you next week, leaders.
Bye.
Bye.